delusional. I can't take it. She really thinks that somebody wants to be with her after having 10 kids with one person, another child from a trick. She's an escort. She's living in the home of the baby dad. I mean, this is just such a shit show. I, oh my God.
Yeah. This is reality, man. This shit exists. This fucking exists out here.
Albeit it is an extreme example, though.
What's that, Uncle Ruckus?
Albeit it is an extreme example.
Right. But the thing, and it is, yeah, we said that in the beginning, Uncle Ruckus. She is on the extreme end of the spectrum. But as far as the attitude, the lack of accountability, and the entitlement, that she can be, like what Thunder said, a complete shit show, but still demand a man who makes six figures. Like, do we understand how much work is required to make six figures? Six figures in this country is a top 20% of earners, 15 to 20% of earners. So it's extremely competitive to get out there, get an education, get into a job field and a job market that will pay you six figures. And this woman has that demand. It's just, that's what's common. That's what's common, Uncle Ruckus, is that entitlement mentality. The argumentative, the combativeness, the control. That's what's common with black women.
So you're saying be a millionaire? Yeah. The child of 10's dad was wealthy. Yes. I'm assuming you get child support. No, how do I get child support and my kids stay with him? Oh, so all your kids live with him? Yeah. Do any of them live? All you have is a 1-year-old? Yeah, my 1-year-old girl. Yeah. So is this a court appointed? Did the court appoint your children to live with him? No, it wasn't like that. It's just like, the simple fact that, I stay up on his roof. So, what I'm saying, he felt like, he thought I was going to try to put him on child support, but that wasn't even the case, whatever, stuff like that. So he was like, well, you stay, once we had split up, we split up like around about 5 years ago. And so he got the, nice big house and stuff like that or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And I stay here, with my baby. And so he had told me that if I, he thought I was going to try to put him on child support. So he had said, well, just give me my kids and stuff like that so I can take her. And I said, okay. Until I get to things get better, or as I can buy me a house.
That's a smart man right there, though. I see what he did, though, right?
He picked up on that, Uncle Ruckus? Yeah.
Yeah, that's a smart man right there. He was like, man, I'm gonna avoid this child support, right? I'm gonna go ahead and keep her in this crib because it's cheaper to keep her right there than to tell her, nah, bitch, like keep going. He probably wanted to kick her dog ass to the curb, but he was doing smart though. Keep her in that crib, take care of your little bastard child and your little trick person or whatever else, right? Give me the kids, and you go your way and I go mine. That was a smart nigga right there. That nigga strategic.
Yep.
See, did she say that they broke up 5 years ago?
Yeah, 5.
Yeah, 5 years ago.
So they broke up 5 years ago. She continued sleeping with him and having his children.
Yep.
But he was toxic.
Yep. Okay. Now, here's the thing, though. So, Uncle Roy, you said he's a smart nigga. He's a smart, dumb nigga. First of all, he's dumb as fuck for fucking with a chick of this caliber, right? That's the mistake he made. But the man is owning that, hey, I did some fuck shit, got an ain't shit bitch pregnant 10 fucking times, right? But at least the man's taking care of he's taking care of the bad decisions that he's making. He's taking accountability for it, right? But Uncle Ruckus is right. He played it strategically because he understood 10 kids, that's going to be a lot in child support, especially if he's making the kind of money that he is, to be able to own a house and put her up in it, and he owns multiple properties. And then the house he's living in with his current wife with the 10 kids is a big house according to her story. So that motherfucker will get mollywopped in court. But he is very smart because if this were to go in front of a judge, family court judge, he could say, hey, well, the going rate for the rent for the house I put her in, $1,000, $1,500 a month, whatever the case is. So deduct that. Plus, I had the kids in my custody, so she would like literally when they would do the calculation, she wouldn't get shit for child support. So he did play those cards he played his hand very, very smartly when he made that.
No, Sig, He broke up with her 5 years ago. So at the very least, because the last child is from the whatever, her customer, so he continued to have 4 additional children with her.
Yes.
So he's.
No, it wasn't 4. It was about 2 to 3. No. Because she said she had a 5,
She said the
4,
ages.
3, 2, and a 1, right? So therefore, if she broke up in 5 years ago, mind you, 9 months you gotta be pregnant, right? And the daughter's born already, right?
No.
So that's what
No, so she's got a 14, because they're all stair step. They're literally all stair step. So 14, 13, 12, 11, 10. So the 10-year-old to the 14-year-old were within that first 5 years. Those are the ones she had. And then at that point, they broke up. So then the 9, 8, 7, 6, and 5-year-old. Yeah, so 5 kids while they were together, and then 5 kids while they were broken up.
No. That don't make no sense still, bro. Okay, so think about it, right? They've been broken up for 5 years, right? She has a child right now. That's about, how old is the child right now?
The youngest child is 5 years old. Oh, I'm sorry.
That means that baby came after they broke up.
Yeah. So So if you think about it, if they were together, so they started having, 14 years. Okay, no, you're right. Yeah, 14, because they met 14. They started fucking 14 years ago, because her oldest daughter's 14. So 14, 13, 12, 11, 10. That's 5 years right there. Okay, so then yeah. No.
Shit. She got pregnant while she was still with the guy.
No,
Yeah,
she said her youngest is. She said she had some 3-year-olds and 4-year-olds.
Can you rewind it back to that point, Sig?
Yeah.
Listen up.
Yeah. Let me scrub back. Give me a second.
Okay, well, what's so crazy? I just had another woman who called me up and didn't want to tell me. She didn't want to tell me the amount of kids. So you told me the amount of kids. Oh, I told you my amount of kids. Right. So now you got to tell the ages, honey. 11 kids. They start spells. 11, 10.
Okay.
We can disconnect if you desire. It's your choice, but I have to give all the ages. And I don't want to waste 10 minutes on a question you can just answer very easily. I just told you start spells. I don't know. You have to tell me the exact ages. 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, and I have a 1-year-old. So
Okay.
Bingo. So the 1-year-old came after they broke up.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah. Okay. Okay, so no, she had the okay, so let's see. The 14-year-old is year 1, and that means she had the 5-year-old at year 10. Yeah, the 1-year-old came from a trick. So that's not that 1-year-old, that 11.
Yeah, that was after they had already broken up.
Right. But if they've been let's see, 1, 2, okay, so by the time she had the 5-year-old, they were together for 10 years at that point. So it seems like, yeah, they were together, because there's 4 years difference. Okay, so they only had the 5-year-old after they broke up then. Because if she's got a 1-year-old now.
No. How is that possible?
Because if she had, let's see, she's got a 14-year-old, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. The 5-year-old, if they were broken up 5 years ago, so they had the 5-year-old, yeah. Because the youngest one she has with the man is 5 years old.
Yeah,
and they've been broken up. Yeah,
so
she had
during that 5-year breakup period, that's when she had the baby. The one, it's 1 to 5 years during that 5-year period. She had it pregnant for 9 months, mind you.
Yeah.
That means Buddy was actually trying to build a family with her.
Exactly.
Right.
That's what I said, feel me? Like, she didn't want to shut up and play ball. And she must have had some good pussy because he went back 10 times, which is crazy. You feel me? Every year he kept her pregnant. So apparently he wanted something with her. You feel me? Like,
yeah, so no, that's a good point, Uncle Ruckus, because that means if the youngest one with him is 5 years old and they've been broken up for 5 years, so at that extra year she was pregnant. She got pregnant while they were still together then. So yeah, this nigga kept her by his side the entire time he was having kids with her. The only thing is he just didn't marry her, and we understand how men operate. Men are very picky with who they give that ring to. That woman has to be on point.
It was a battle. That's what it was. It was a battle. It was a duel every day in the house.
Yep, that's what it was. So this is a good dude. All them kids, they were together the entire time they were having kids. He just didn't put a ring on her finger. So this dude is actually a good fucking dude. He's a good fucking dude.
He didn't put the ring on his finger because look at what he has. He has 2 cribs. He's building, his portfolios there. Like, that's why he was probably like, look, man, I love you, but I until something about your attitude is making me go second guess and putting my last name on you. That's all that is.
Yeah.
The game runner, bro. She's a game runner. Like she probably cheated a few times throughout the relationship. She wouldn't listen. She probably disappeared on girls' trips. He told her not to go places. She do it anyway. Don't wear that. You controlling. You feel me? You gotta tell she's rebellious.
Yeah, absolutely, man. No, that's a good point, Uncle Rubbers. Yeah. Good thing you brought that up, man. That's a good breakdown. So this even proves everything I've been saying all these years is that guys will fuck anything, but they're very picky on who they give that ring to, and that should tell a woman something. If this man's willing to give you a fucking ring, you are special to him. He doesn't see you in the same category as all the other girls. He's just categorized as just pussy only. This literally proves a fucking point, folks. And I'm telling you, man, I'm so tired of hearing this narrative of black men ain't shit. This is another fucking point. This nigga is doing what he's supposed to fucking do, man. He's a good fucking dude. He's a solid fucking dude. What up, JB? Good to see you, man. Good morning. How you doing? Welcome.
Good morning. I don't know. You guys are doing math. It's 2 hours of math to me. But I have no idea what you're talking about. But I'm just listening right now.
Yeah, we're just listening to a woman on this dating show. She's got 10 kids. 11 kids. 10 of them are with a man she was in a long-term relationship with. One of them is from an escort because she sells pussy. So she got pregnant by one of her tricks a year ago. She's got a 1-year-old. So she got pregnant by one of her tricks. And she's looking for a man, in her own words, who makes 6 figures, and preferably she wants him to be a millionaire. So we're just listening to this clip and breaking it down. But I'm going to go ahead and fast forward back to the point where we left off and continue playing.
My 1-year-old girl. Yeah. So is this a court appointed? Did the court appoint your children to live with him? No, it wasn't like that. It's just like, there's some fact that, I stay up on his roof. So, what I'm saying, he feel like, he thought I was gonna try to put him on child support, but that wasn't even the case, whatever, stuff like that. So he was like, well, you stay, once we had split up like around about 5 years ago. And so he got the, nice big house and stuff like that or whatever, what I'm saying? And I stay here, with my baby. And so he had told me that if I, he thought I was going to try to put him on child support, so he had said, well, just give me my kids.
Real quick, I'm just going to respond to Dolph Racky in the chat. He said, it's a shame that men will sleep with anything but won't marry you, yet he's a good man. If you understand biology and you understand evolution, it's just how men are hardwired. It's the same way women are picky with who they have sex with, right? Women have tons of dudes constantly hitting on them to try to have sex with them, but they're discerning with who they have sex with. That's what they control. And if you check all the boxes you need to check with that woman, then she's going to allow access to her body. Men operate the same way with their resources. Okay, so yeah, he can still be a good dude. It's social construct, and no, it's not social construct. It's biological construct. It's biological.
My bad.
Go ahead, brother.
I just want to add to that is that as many times as people can say, well, just put a ring on their finger, you do realize I could say, hey, sweetheart, let's get married. Will you marry me? And she still has to say yes. Right? Like, so all this, like, well, you didn't do this, and you don't know what that man could have proposed 4 or 5 times. And she was like, nah, I ain't ready for all of that. We don't know.
Oh, that is a good point, yeah.
Not even just that, though. Like, it's one thing to pay child support. It's another thing to pay alimony, split half your shit and child support, right? So therefore, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to marry no woman. I might sleep with her, but I'm not going to marry no woman unless she got white qualities. I'm sorry. I'd rather pay child support than everything else.
Yeah, but this, again... Oh, go ahead. Yeah, no, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, some chick has 11 kids, but I don't give a shit if a JJ sings show tunes. I'm not going there.
Right, but you got to understand these people have a 15-year history with each other. So they started off having kids, and this guy, they were together. It's not like they were just randomly banging. Like you can tell by counting the ages and based off the information she's given, they were actually together as a couple. And this man stuck with her and had all these kids with her and took care of all these kids. She's living in a house now that he owns that she did not have to pay the rent. He only started charging her rent once she got pregnant by another man, one of her escorts, one of her tricks. So it's possible here too, as well, that maybe they were together and when they broke up, she turned to escorting because now she lost access to the resources that he was providing. And maybe he did put her up in that house feeling bad for her and saying, hey, you know what? I don't want her completely out in the cold, but maybe she broke up with him. Who knows? She might have broken up with him and he's like, okay, well, bitch, you're going to leave.
Remember, Sig? She said, oh, yeah, he was a net.
She
had unprotected sex with a trick. Like that's, I don't know if people are really talking about that. That's the one thing that bothers me. She had unprotected sex with that client. Like she's not scared of no diseases, no nothing.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely not. But what I'm saying is that and there's so many possibilities. We don't know 100%, but it is possible that what Seesaw said. Maybe he did want to marry her. And she's like, I'm not ready for that. I'm not. And you do hear women, if you listen to these shows and these women come on and they tell their stories, a lot of the times they'll have a baby daddy and they'll be asked, well, why didn't you marry him? Well, marriage is a big thing. I wasn't ready for that yet. And then the follow-up question, then why the fuck would you have a kid? A kid is way more liability and burden than a fucking marriage is. But a lot of these black women in their minds, yeah, they're not ready for marriage yet, but they'll pop out a kid. So I'm willing to bet a paycheck that was probably her mentality. This dude was probably ready to settle down because everything looks like he was ready to settle down. He's protecting, he's providing, he's sticking with this woman. He literally created a family with this woman. I'm willing to bet she probably wasn't married. That's where I'm willing to place my bet.
And stuff like that, so I can take her. And I tell her. Until I get to things get better, whereas I can buy me a house. That's what a Kendrick Campish. Stand up and
Hey, what does she look like, Sid? What does she look like?
Oh, so the link's up top. Yeah, the link's up top. So, I'll give you guys a spoiler here because there's only another 2 minutes left on this clip. But the way Kendra works is she goes through her series of questions because this is a dating show, folks. If you're not familiar with Kendra G Singles, it's a dating show. So she allows people to come on and tell the world about themselves, and the people watching can get in contact with the people that present themselves to try to matchmake. So Kendra will ask a series of questions. So you have a kind of a brief bio on the person, and then Kendra requires the person to stand up and show their body, so you have some idea of what they physically look like from head to toe. Again, here comes the combativeness. Kendra says, hey, you have to follow my rules. You have to answer all the questions, and you have to show what you look like physically. If not, you're fucking done. We're cutting you off, and we're moving on to the next person. Here we go back again with the combativeness. And I've seen this woman's Instagram because everybody dug up her Instagram because they thought she was lying and thought she was a troll. But her Instagram's out there. She's 100% real, and she looks like a fucking sack of wet laundry. She's built like a sack of wet laundry.
Oh my lord! Hey, send me the Instagram.
Oh, I'll see if I can find it. I'll post it in the chat. Yeah, give me a second. I'm gonna play the rest of the clip. But I mean, and after having 10 kids, rightfully so, like a woman's body ain't gonna be what it was, before the kids. But the bad thing is on her Instagram, she's shaking her ass, twerking, like she's pretty much acting like a fucking 20-year-old hot girl on Instagram. And it's fucking disgusting.
It's hot girl lover. Don't worry about it.
Did she ever say her age? Because she looked like she's 40 or something.
She looks like she's in her 30s. I give her mid-30s.
Yeah, let's see. Let me see. Let me see if let's see. Let me go back up.
Oh, listen.
Let's see.
Hello, Kendra. Oh my gosh, I didn't know you was gonna really pick me. I wouldn't put on my wig and
Bingo, yeah. She look it.
Yeah.
I don't know about none of this, but girl, I'm not taking your clothes off. You just have to stand up. That's what I'm trying to tell you. The point is, I only got on that, and you know. What, are you gonna go put something on? Yeah, I put something on. So you wouldn't have waited that long for me to do that. Well, it can't take forever.
Jesus Christ.
So that's what I'm saying. I mean, what you want to do? Can I do it another time? Okay, we can just end it. We can go see a couple of things. Like, you're a very nice person, and you went out with me so much your show.
Got a Spidey tonight, huh?
Oh, she's the best. Thank you, love.
Yeah, that body sloppy. That's what it is. That body sloppy.
Yep. Yeah. So let me see if I can. Let me see if I'll see if I can find the Instagram and put the link in the chat. Yeah, because they went and found her ass real quick, man. And oof, Jesus fucking Christ, man. Jesus fucking Christ. That's a hot ass mess right there. Let's see. Yeah, I gotta scroll through these comments. I think somebody did. Somebody linked her Instagram, but I saw a video popped up of her, and they were going through showing her Instagram and going through her video showing how ratchet and ghetto she was, and she's twerking and shaking her ass like her shit don't stink, like she's hot shit, man. That's just fucking sad, bro. Fucking sad. But yeah, man, this is a mentality, man. And listen to how she talked, and just the immature mentality, man. She's it's like a fucking 5-year-old brain in a 35-year-old woman's body. You know, like this is why men aren't marrying these women. It's just a fucking headache to deal with, man. Could you imagine going to work every goddamn day, busting your fucking ass? Like, imagine this man that had 10 kids with her. This man works. This man's got money. He's got properties. He's got a fucking portfolio. He makes good fucking money. And he's clearly busting his fucking ass to take care of her and 10 kids. And this is what he's got to come home to every fucking day. Is that mature?
Hey, Sid.
What up, Agent? What's going
on? Have you heard of Shahrazad Ali?
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
The older black one, right?
Yeah.
Compliments here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would pay good money to have her on this damn app. She famously said that, and it was something that you just said just a second ago, that she's a 5-year-old brain in a 35-year-old body. Shahrazad Ali said black men have to deal with black women as if they were 14 years old, because that is the age that they stop mentally maturing, emotionally maturing, and things of that nature. Like, when you deal with black women, this is what she said, a black woman. For the people in the room that think I'm just, about to dunk on black women, no. This is what she said. I will pull the clips. She said, black men have to deal with black women as if they're dealing with a 14-year-old girl, like they're talking to a 14-year-old girl, because of the emotional maturity, immaturity, the mental immaturity, and everything of that nature. And they behave like they are children operating in grown bodies. That's exactly what's happening in today's society. So if anybody is doubting anything that I'm saying, go look up Shahrazad Ali. She has a book called The Black Man's Guide to Dealing with the Black Woman. Very informative reading.
Adrian, good morning. You think this is exclusive just to black women? You don't think white women, Asian women?
She was only specifically speaking about the dynamics between black men and black women. So she outlines that specifically. She hones in on that. She's not talking about any other race. She's not talking about any other demographic of women and men, just only the conditions of black America.
Thank you for the context. I didn't even thank you.
Yeah, her name is Shahrazad Ali.
I was going to say, I've heard white men even talk about this amongst their women as well, that I don't think it's a race thing when it comes to the women being like children. I think that's a thing. Like, like for women in general, to be real with y'all, man, like there's a lot of women that pretty much are, there's what's that, arrested development, you know what I'm saying? They stuck at 16, 17, you know, the more mature is like stuck at 25, you know what I'm saying?
Well, there's a reason for that. There's a reason why that is, because society has this incessant obsession with infantilizing women and tolerizing them, especially about their development in society. Whenever a woman says, hey, I make my own money, I have my own car, I have my own place, blah, blah, this and that, she's praised for it. It's just like when a toddler meets a milestone, right? At 2 years old, they're learning to potty by themselves. Yay! They applaud it. They get praised for it. They get rewarded for it, right? When a child learns how to walk and how to feed themselves, right? Yay! Big girl, yay! And praise them for it. This is what society is doing for women, is doing to women, is that they are praising them for being functioning adults. Congratulations, you're supposed to have your own vehicle. You're supposed to make your own money. You're supposed to have your own place. Congratulations. But I'm not about to applaud a fish for swimming. And that is what society has been doing to women and for women for years now. So therefore, the arrested development comes into play.
Yeah, no, you're 100% correct, Adrian. Yeah.
Hey, sick, man. I just want to say, crazy comes in all colors, man. But just go ahead.
Well, you're 100% correct, but where is it most frequent? Where is it most frequent?
I can't speak on the black community. I can speak for my community.
No, you absolutely can, JB. We have stats to prove it. Let me say, here's the thing. When you start, okay, and I get what you're saying, but when we're trying to build this puzzle,
look at all these text messages.
In order to understand what is the content of the puzzle, you don't need every single piece. You just need enough pieces. And you can say, oh, that's a puzzle of a waterfall, right? That's a puzzle of a puppy. That's a puzzle of a hot air balloon, whatever. When you start getting all these pieces of the puzzle and start connecting the dots. So, for example, the study that was released, or the data that was released by Bumble, Tinder, Match back in 2014, when they released who's getting swiped on the most, who's getting swiped on the least. Well, whoever was getting picked the least on these apps, it was black women and Asian men.
Moderate.
You can look at that and connect the dots and say, well, Asian men, out of all the groups of men, Asian men are considered pretty much the most effeminate, right? They're the least masculine when you break it down by ethnicity. So you can understand, okay, we can see why they're the least picked, because women typically want masculine men. When you look at black women, they're typically considered the more masculine out of the several groups of women. And you can understand, okay, that would make sense. They're least picked on these apps because men don't like masculine women. They want feminine women.
Stupid and neurotic.
When you look at the single motherhood rate, black women are single mothers at about 70% rate. All the other races ain't nowhere near that, JB.
I don't really drink.
And we understand is that men are very picky with who they give a ring to. So that would make sense that, hey, men, if they find a woman that fits and checks their boxes, which is pretty much simple things, sex, sandwich, silence, you get a fucking ring. All the other races of women are married at a 50% rate. I'm sorry, all the other races of women don't have a baby mama rate at 70%. They're all typically around 10, 15, 20% is typically the threshold when you compare the other races. But black women are skyrocketed all the way to 70%. Well, that means, hey, that makes sense. Men aren't going to marry a woman that they find is going to be insufferable and a burden on their fucking peace. So that can make sense. And we all see how black women act out in public. You know, you hear these stories.
Next question: why do you think that? Why do you think these stats are the way they are? And I'm being respectful. I'm just playing devil's advocate here. But at what point does the black male community take accountability? Just curious.
Well, again,
black men already have.
Right. Over 50% of black men are childless and single in this country, JB. So the majority of black men aren't baby daddies, aren't impregnating women and leaving them out high and dry. So can black men use some work in our community? Absolutely we can. But when you start looking at the black men who are problematic in our community, what's the common denominator? They were raised by and influenced by a black single woman. Typically the black men who have dads in their lives typically are pretty well off, man. These are pretty decent dudes. And then when you go a little bit further and start peeling off more layers of this onion, JB, well, why did these women have a kid and there's no husband around? Why didn't the man stick around? Typically the women who can't get a man to stick around, they make very bad choices. They have attitudes. They're fucking combative. They're not conducive to being a good wife and a good mother. And this is what keeps those men from committing to them. This is typically where the rabbit hole always leads down to, JB. And the stats support this. Black men marry at a higher rate than black women do. Black women are at a 23% marriage rate in this country, JB. All other races of women start off around 47% and up. So, again, it starts making sense. And when you look at the black men who are incarcerated and in the justice system, the vast majority of them are single mothers. JB, when I was in juvenile detention, for the 3 years I was in there, and families were allowed to come visit every other Sunday.
I've never been to the tail section. Why not?
There were no black fathers. It was all black mothers. All fucking black mothers. The only fathers you saw were the handful of white Mexican kids in there.
People in the worst place. The fact is,
So it takes time.
inside this blasted train. This train.
When I was incarcerated for 5 years, I went down to the basement floor, just radical solutions behind the wall. I would say at least 80 or 90% of black men that are incarcerated with me always got visits from their wives or their kids, whereas the white people, I would say maybe 30%. That's just my lived experience. In my opinion, I'm going to keep it real safe. And I think it's just been my lived experience that black women are the most loyal to their fathers than white women. That's my lived experience.
Okay, but listen to what you just said. The example you just gave, the black men who are visited by their wives. That's different than black women.
And girlfriends and significant others, whatever you want to label it.
Yeah, but that's different, JB. That's different. Yes, I remember when I said black men marry at a higher rate. Black men are picked more on dating apps at a higher rate than black women are. The world doesn't have as big a problem with black men as they do with black women. So it makes sense that yes, black men are going to have more wives, have more girlfriends, things like that. But the other way around, you don't see that. Black women are literally sitting in the corner by themselves at a 23% rate. Black men are married at around 35%, about 10 points higher on the percentage scale. Obviously, give or take, account for errors and data reporting and all that bullshit. But we're generally about 10 percentage points higher. Now, we're still fucking low, which is crazy as fuck, but we're still higher. So, like, all these little pieces of the puzzle, all these little dots, when you connect them, JB, they just start going back and pointing to it's black women that are the problem.
I have a kitty cocktail that just said lunch.
Going to Aishi, I don't know if it's Aishi. I don't say. I don't say. I didn't say. I'm sitting there thinking, yeah, did I just sound like a racist in what I said?
Your name's Liana.
But you know some numbers in what you say. JB said
My
this,
mother
even
wasn't
though
a
I
great
didn't say
beauty or any of the kinds of
racist.
She was a great warrior, though.
Yeah,
She died fighting for the
people are gonna, accountability sucks, man. The truth hurts. And the people that it affects the most are the ones that are gonna get offended and they try to shame you.
If you had enough small talk,
That's
why
how
are
it's
you
always
here?
been. And this is why you get so much backlash for black women. You have so much data, you have so much stats. Let me give you an example. I reported in 2014, coming from the dating websites. You understand, 2014 was the only year they released that data and they stopped. Why? Because the black women had a problem with it. Asian men were listed to as being least picked. There wasn't a whole group of Asian men pissed off saying, that's fucked up, you racist, no, you didn't hear shit from Asian men. They just accepted that nobody wants it. That was outspoken and made a big stink and big fuss about it and accused these companies of being racist for simply just reporting data. It was a black woman, so they stopped. They never reported that again.
I never thought you'd find yourself in a position of being responsible for so many lives at such a young age. I never thought I'd be in my position. I was a grabber's son, then I was a smuggler, and now I find myself addressing the lady of great house in town. But I'm here because this isn't someone else's war. It's our war.
So you're dealing
Lord
with the
commanded
entitlement.
he chose John to be his successor, and he had the courage to do what was right, even if it meant giving his life, because Joe Mormont and John Snow both understood that the real war isn't between a few squabbling houses, it's between the living and the dead. The dead are coming.
Is this true?
Your uncle fought them at the Fist of the First Men. I fought them at Hardon. We both lost. As long as the war was all wind of front, the North is divided. The divided North won't stand a chance against the Night King. We have to fight, and we need to do it together.
House Mormont has kept faith with House Stark 1,000 years. We will not break faith today.
Thank you, my lady. How many fighting men can we expect?
62.
62.
We are not a large house, we're a proud one. And every man from their island fights with the strength of 10 mainlanders.
That's usually and then the niggas that are crying racist, crying and whining about the racist boogeyman. Most of them are raised by women, by black women.
One of Dr. Adams one.
What's going on, Doc Adams? Welcome, brother. Welcome.
Dr. Adams, Beth, what's good?
Yeah, Dr. Goddess, you wanna chime in? Beth, you got something you wanna chime in with? Welcome to the stage, y'all.
I'm listening. I'm listening. I guess I just do want to throw in there that the reason why the divorce rate is the way it is, and it's been proven that black women are divorcing black men for no reason. And they're not giving reason because there's this special category that it can go under that they don't have to give any actual purpose.
Yes, irreconcilable differences. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. That thing has been the method that's been used to create the divorcee statistic pool that black women are pushing for.
And you're absolutely right. This is why black women, or I'm sorry, not even black women, this is just women in general, divorce at a higher rate. It's roughly around 70% of women file divorces in this country. And the irreconcilable differences typically equates to I'm not happy. So they have an easy path to bail out. No fault divorce. No fault divorce, exactly, Adrian. Yeah. And again, I want to make this clear. Not all black women. There are some very amazing black women, and we have plenty that come into this room. Because I know there's going to be a bunch of people say, oh, Sig just hate black women, he bash black. No, there are so many black women that come into this space that I have so much respect and admiration for, and they'll tell you out of their own mouths, we don't have a problem with Sig. Sig's never disrespected us. His space is never disrespected. These are women like Elegant, women like Shannon, women like, there was a black lady that came in yesterday, just such a sweet black woman in a 5-year marriage with her husband, and she was so sweet and so respectful and so graceful.
Real quick, right? I heard you and I forgot the other dude, I think he was a white dude from New York or something, talking about your jail experiences. Man, only 1.8% of black men or black people in general are in jails and prisons across this country, right? So, I mean, like, as far as, you talking about, you're seeing all these wives and shit that's going to go visit somebody. I mean, that's terrible. That's a horrible example. Like, he's in jail. That's the majority of where we're at. So, yeah.
I also preface my statement by saying it's my lived experience. So I didn't mean to trigger you, sir.
Yeah, it is true.
No, you didn't trigger me. I just said that's a horrible counter-argument to the argument.
Hey, real quick. So, somebody recognizes Zara Ali. Now, Zara Ali, she spoke about a lot of this shit, back in the 80s and 90s. And, and this goes into, I guess somebody was talking about the accountability aspect or, certain black women not being, being acceptable of what you say, Sig. That woman received death threats for the things that she was saying, because there's a lot of the things that brothers are saying now, right? And it just shows you that, to me, a lot of them don't want to take accountability. They only want to hear from their own demographic, unfortunately. So, just wanted to bring that out. At work.
No, you're right. This is why the racism, everybody's out to get me. It's everybody else's fault. This is why this narrative runs so rampant in our community, because we're being taught this by these black women. And again, it's female nature, just women in general. aren't very good stewards of accountability. They're just not. So imagine your entire community, 70% of your community is raised by the very people who lack accountability, who just are hardwired to not be accountable. It's no surprise you're seeing what you're seeing. It's no surprise at all. So, again, go ahead, Adrian. Go.
No, what you want to say about accountability is that, accountability will always seem like an attack to those that are not ready to face the consequences of their actions. Right? And that goes across the board. This is why you see people rebel against it or, fight against it or lash out. All of this stuff is just because accountability will always seem like an attack to those that are not ready to face the consequences of their actions.
So Adrian, the reason is, and this is perfect because the work I've been doing the last 2-4 days literally speaks to this. A black woman came to space yesterday and said the reason why black women do not take accountability and will not take accountability is because black men and the world, this is how we say it, black men and the world have done black women so dirty that black men and the world need to take accountability first for all the things that they've done to black women. And then maybe you can possibly, potentially, with some type of ratio and equation, we could get accountability to be the equal out, the result.
Wait a minute.
But black men in the world, okay?
Wait a minute. What do black men have to do with the countless videos that we see of black women throwing beans, salsa, and sour cream at people at Chipotle? Okay, what do black men have to do with the fact that these loud black women, you can hear them before you can see them? Okay, you don't know how many times I'm in the parking garage and I'm coming home from a hard day's work and you just hear some loud black woman. I'm like, okay, well, I might as well take the stairs. There's not going to be any room in the elevator. Okay, so what does that have to do with black men? Can somebody maybe answer that?
Maybe y'all being on drugs, incarcerated, gay, down low, being HIV positive, passing it to your women. Maybe you being the most unemployed. Maybe you also being the most incarcerated. Maybe you also being the most to create broken homes. There's so many different things we can go down of black men.
Y'all can't even get onto a Spirit Airlines flight without acting up.
And you can't even get on.
And some of y'all don't belong on the plane. Okay, some of y'all should go in a horse trailer and take a cross-country trip in a horse trailer across the country. Y'all shouldn't get on the plane. Okay, you get enough big bags in a horse trailer. Some of y'all might have the truck driver having to take alternative routes. The incline is too heavy. Too heavy.
As soon as you walk in airport security, they're jumping on your back.
Y'all pulling up chairs to the buffet. Y'all are pulling up chairs right to the buffet.
And y'all think black men are far off. Black men amongst men are the most obese, right? And I can pull up the statistical fact. You niggas ain't fucking run. You niggas ain't fit, right? You niggas fat as fuck.
I'm not letting work and I just came from the gym. What are you talking about? What the hell are you talking about? Here's another thing too. I have not seen a single black woman at my gym. Not a single black woman at my gym.
Whoa, guys. Okay, tone it down. Let's let Tori finish. Up to the stage, Tori. Let's let Tori finish, and then we can rebut. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's really all I wanted to say. I just kind of want to, unpack that because black men think that they have nothing wrong with them, and I think that that's a problem, right? If women have changed so much and you haven't, that's also a problem. So I'll land with that. I think Dr. Adams has something he wants to say.
I just wanted to
Yes, I do. I do want to comment on one thing that she said. Okay, I go to the gym sometimes twice a day. Okay. I get up very early in the morning, and sometimes I go late at night before they close, right? Because I don't want to be in the gym with a bunch of influencers. But here's what I will say. In the times that I do go to the gym in the middle of the week, okay, sometimes in the middle of the day, you'll catch me there on my lunch break. I do not see a single black woman on cardio in the building. Okay, you look at the Chipotle across the street, full of black women in shower caps. They're pulling up in their Altimas, hitting the curb. Okay, but not a single black woman in the gym. So don't tell me that this young black man did not have a point when he said that this is the only group of women where you're faced with goat versus beast. Like goat versus cow. Like these women are getting bigger and bigger and bigger and louder and louder and louder. And based on the clip that Sid keeps playing, it proves my point that they're also getting lazier, lazier, and lazier.
Right. So does this include y'all black and fat ass mamas?
Hey,
like,
my mother's not black.
Wait, y'all.
I think when we like to talk about black women,
Y'all gotta pass the mic, man.
okay, but I've only been in here for 3 minutes. I understand y'all are triggered, but
Real quick. So Tori, you got 30 seconds to respond back to Doc Adams, and then Adrian has the mic directly after.
perfect. Yeah, I just wanted to know if any of these stats include, your fat black ass mama who was also a single mother that no one wanted to marry. I think black men like to other themselves, right? Oh, not my mom, not my mom. So when we look at these stats, let's include all black women, including in your family, right, who happen to be obese, right, on drugs, and single mothers.
Adrian,
And that's a very interesting point that she raises, and that's a valid question. I also would like to apply that question to you, ma'am. When you painted black men with that broad brush, did that apply to the black men in your family? Your sons, your cousins, your uncle, your grandfather?
Oh no! See, I married biracial, right? So I don't have these problems.
I didn't ask you who you married.
I married a biracial man, and so I don't have these issues.
No.
I do believe if he was fully black, I probably would, but because he has half Caucasian in him, I think I'm pretty
Y'all see how she ran the stop sign?
Hold on, Tori. Hold on. Lock the question in, and then you can respond after he's done. Go with it.
Yeah. I didn't ask you who you married. Who you married has no bearing on the black men in your family. It has no bearing on your father, who's a black man, I'm pretty sure. Your grandfather, your uncle, your son, your brother, cousins. Who you married has no bearing on that. So the broad brush that you just painted black men with, does that same paint apply to the black men in your family outside of the person that you married? Yes or no?
I don't expect.
Oh, now you don't want to discuss that, but you was just so
I don't discuss
bringing up black men and their mothers and the women and their. I don't see what's happening. Okay.
You motherfuckers think my name.
Right. Let him finish, Tori.
So you think you don't know anything about me?
Wait. Here's the thing. Hold on. Wait. This is a problem, Adrian. I'm gonna unpack. Again, JB, pay attention. And black women have done several rooms where they're talking about how black men are violent, how they're abusive, how they're controlling. Imagine how crazy that would look if I went on the stage to defend black men and all I did was start shouting, yelling, cussing, and trying to take over that stage. I would literally be proving the point.
She proved the video correct, bro.
Oh yeah. Here's the thing.
And I hope I can say it while all of y'all are still single and married.
Tori, you're proving my point. Don't do it. Let's kill the stereotype, Tori.
It's okay. I'm just amping up fire so I can open up a space. This is it for me.
Okay, here we go. Go to the kitchen. Bye. Get out of here. We don't tolerate that shit. You're in the kitchen now. Bye. We don't tolerate that disrespect over here.
So can I speak?
I don't disrespect your rooms when I go in there. When you guys muted me in your rooms and weren't fair to me, all I did was quiet. I hit the leave quietly button and I left. I didn't try to overtake and bulldoze your fucking stage. But again,
it's always this ghetto gagging, loudmouth bitches.
JB, pay attention to the hypocrisy. She's trying to prove the point that black women aren't what we're describing, yet she's doing the exact fucking things we're describing while trying to prove that they're not.
Exactly.
So just pay attention. But go ahead, Adrian. You got it.
That was my point. Yeah, and that was my point. I showed how she was so comfortable with painting black men with a broad paint, but wanted to otherize the black men in her family, right? She didn't want to answer the question, but she was so comfortable asking black men the question, does that also apply to the black women in your family, your mamas, your unmarried mamas and stuff like that? But when the question got flipped on her, watch how defensive she got, right? She did not want to answer the fucking question and tried to deflect it to the person that she married. I didn't ask you about the person you married, man. I asked you about the black men in your family. And a lot of these women, y'all, have black sons that they talk all of this shit about black men and say, hey, black men are trash, black men are garbage. Well, all right, then if that's the case, then your son is garbage too then. No, not my son. The men in my family are exceptional.
And see, Adrian, that's a typical tactic, because I'm almost at work, so I'm gonna jump off in a minute. But that's a typical tactic of these bonnet bandits. Okay, this is literally a typical tactic. Deflect. You asked her a very, very, very simple question, and in true bonnet bandit battle tactic, okay, she wanted to deflect and talk about the white man's family that she'd have married into. No, we're talking about your black ass. Okay, what are Pookie, Ray, and your cousins out there doing? Okay, how many people are they robbing? Okay, how many years are they locked up for? Okay, that's the question that we're asking.
I do just want to mention that white men do get arrested more than us, and we just happen to go to jail for the same type of crimes more than them. So I just want to throw that out there. And then all this like down low shit, there's no way to even prove no statistic on what black men are down low and all that weird ass shit. As far as unemployment rate, I mean, yeah, we might be there. We probably are. But I mean, come on. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not, the gap isn't so large that it's, we're 6%, the others are like 4.5%, 5%. The other one, the white guys are like at 3.5 to 4%. Like, come on, it ain't that big of a, I mean, I get it. That's a couple 100,000, maybe a couple million.
I was just about to mention that. So here's the actual facts, because people don't look up numbers. He is only referring to less than 7%, not of the entire male population in America, but of the black male population in America. Less than 7% fit even one of the categories. Well, the obese category, that's like maybe 30 or 40, but the rest of the categories, from drugs to incarceration, low unemployment, and everything else, that's 7% or less. So I'm really trying to figure out, why are 7% of men affecting the entire population of women? That seems like it ain't the men issue. Why are these women only being affected by 7% of the entire population? Seems like a weakness on their part.
And then as far as the obesity, go ahead, Doc. I got you in 1 second. But as far as the obesity is concerned, if whatever percentage you just mentioned of us being obese is obese, but then 60% of y'all are bigger than us, that is weird. You're talking about us being overweight, but you're bigger than us.
Well, let me jump in for 2 seconds, just 2 seconds. Ms. Torrey says, can I speak? Thank you. Torrey says, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, the obesity rate among black men in the United States is 41.1%. So I want to say, Doctor, the mic is yours, man.
Yeah, but it also says that it's negligible because it's the same almost damn near compared amongst black, Hispanic, and white men. It might be like a half a percentage point off. So I actually looked that up just now too, and I posted it right under that. So what she's talking about is bullshit. Yeah, maybe a little bit more obese than other men, right? But we're right there, right? We're all right there together, number one. And number two, black women are the most obese by a long shot compared to other women. And they're more obese than Asian men, and I believe even a whole bunch of other groups of men. They're just fat.
So the obesity is a conversation, but I do want to get to this new thing that women, black women, are starting to do with the DL thing. It's really starting to irk my soul, and the GAY, the GAY and the DL, these acronyms that they're creating for masculine men who stand on their square, who are stoic and don't take bullshit, right? Let's just cross the bridge for a second and remember that I'm not sure if there's a statistic for this, but it would be great if someone could go ahead and search it and pull it up for me. Is it not a thing where women are married but then have these little girlfriends that they're sneaking and having sex in these little cute girl trips that's happening and stuff that's going on that don't nobody know what's going on? Y'all be licking coochies and stuff. Y'all be twiddling clits and doing all kinds of things and doing lesbian activities and don't nobody know. Is that not down low too? Don't nobody question that because men like that stuff, right? But at the same time, y'all still not being truthful. Because did you tell that man you was bisexual? Did you tell that man you like Gucci? Did you tell that man that you was anything other than a woman that likes men? So all I'm saying is like, it goes across the board. If you're going to point fingers on one end, make sure you're looking at your own pot that you're pissing in. Because some of y'all be doing shit underneath the goddamn table too. And men don't be knowing what the fuck y'all be doing on these goddamn girl trips. Y'all be going to Cancun, Mexico, whatever the fuck, Caribbean. They don't know what the fuck y'all be doing. They just let y'all go. Pay for the fucking trip, let y'all go. Do whatever the fuck y'all want. So all I'm saying is sometimes when people are busy pointing all the fingers, they want to do the army point, you know what I'm saying, with the whole hand and all 5 fingers pointing at the men. That's cute that y'all are creating that, but y'all not army leaders. This is not that. So stop licking coochie and then talking about men that's doing whatever the fuck they doing with they dick because you're not men. Okay? Stop getting into men's business because you're not a man. And respectfully, only gay men and lesbian women are worried about, and trans women are worried about what men are putting they dick.
And by the way, so I thought Tori was about to make her own room. She's in the chat. She booning out.
Right. Well, here's the
They
thing.
can't help themselves. She wanted to be right. She wanted to be raised so bad. She's acting like the true chimp fashion. She booning out. Like, stop it.
Yeah. And here's the thing. I do want to extend an olive branch because yesterday in their room, I was trying to directly reply. My name was brought up. Someone spoke on the point that I made and brought my name up and used me as an example. And you guys know in Clubhouse, if someone directly addresses you, typically you're allowed to respond. I went to respond, and another black woman decided to come off mic and try to overtalk me. And they muted me and silenced me in that room. I didn't talk shit in the chat. I didn't come off mic and argue with the mods. I just quietly just left. I said, hey, you know what? This is your space. I don't like that I'm being treated unfairly. But you can run your shit how you want, and I came to my space and started my own room. So what I want to do, Tori, is I want to extend an olive branch because I did disrespect your room yesterday that you were modded in, you guys were running. I'm going to ask you not to disrespect my room, and if you can show the same level of respect I showed you, I want to invite you back on stage. But I want you to be calm, cool, collected, and let's have a conversation. So let's see if we can give Tori a chance to try to show black women in a positive light that they do have some self-control, decorum, and grace and femininity. So if you want to come back up, you're more than welcome to.
Come in Shibu and
see how this goes. We'll see how this goes. I just sent her an invite up. She's more than welcome to come up and try.
How many minutes do you give it? How many minutes?
It's so sad because she doesn't realize she's proven